Good morning. Actually, it's good afternoon. This is a January garden update. These are plants that I started, I think the week before Christmas. I think that's when I started. I'd have to go back and look. Anyways, it'd be another video, but some of the seeds didn't come up. So sad. And I mentioned when I was starting these that I only planted one seed per pot in bigger pots because I don't want to up pot. To me, it's not one of my favorite gardening chores. So I don't want to do it. So I'm not going to do it. So this is some of the plant starts, especially this hot pepper bed that hasn't came up. I'm still hoping they will, but I'm just going to plant one more seed in there just in case they decide they don't want to. But then that messes up timing, then they're going to be done. But anyways, that's a whole other issue. But today is the garden update. We're going to start at the back. Well, we'll start at the green stalk. So these are the alpine strawberries. They're doing quite well. I don't see any strawberries on these ones. There's some strawberries. I saw some somewhere. Some little immature strawberries. But I mean, I tried plucking up all the strawberries and then they didn't. Lulu is just all about wanting to be in my videos today. We just did a video on how to keep them from not pooing in the garden. And it actually does work quite well. My system of cattle panel, as you see, that's kind of laid down sideways. But I swear there was strawberries. Maybe Lulu ate them when I wasn't looking. But they're just little strawberries, these alpine ones. They don't get, let's see, here's one right here. They really don't get much bigger than that. Maybe an inch. But it's okay. I planted them from seed. Here they are. Here's some ripe ones. I'll come back and eat you later. But they really don't get much bigger than that, which is kind of sad. Oh, look, there's a bunch on that one. Here, there's a bunch. And but they for their first year they're putting out a bunch of strawberries, which I don't mind. They can just do that. So the green stalk mostly maybe 50% strawberries. The old basil just because I think it's pretty. Some romaine lettuce in here, green onion, some bok choy that went to seed, and the bees are quite enjoying it. Got some marigold back here that I need to deadhead. Some amaranth I planted just because it is pretty. Some nasturtiums right there. But yeah, overall, it's doing good. Gonna let it be. We'll go in this jungle next. So these are the broccoli plants. A lot of them I've already took off the big head. These are side shoots. I need to come in there today and harvest some. He's starting to feel loose. They're not getting very big. Like this one over here, he's almost starting to open up. So I'm just gonna come in and take him. He's like a fistful. So he's the biggest one so far. Yeah, you can see these ones are starting to opening up. So I do need to get in here today and do a harvest on those just so I can enjoy it before it completely flowers. Back here is some hidden rosemary. And then here's some kale. And then I do believe that this Chinese cabbage has gone to seed. So this time of year, I just let things do their things. If it's not bothering me, I'm just going to let it be. Jalapeno plant. I've learned my lesson. I'm going to top them from now on. Doing quite well. Jalapeno plant not doing as well because I had to pull off leaves from him because he was blocking them from the sun. Another jalapeno plant here. I did make Jess from Roots and Refuge. I did make her cowboy candy. I made it last week, so it's only been 7 days, and it said for best flavor, wait till 10 days. So I'm going to wait till 10 days to open that up. I've always made a jalapeno jelly jam, so I want to compare it to that. Zucchini plant has one right here. It's probably about 4 inches. Still putting on flowers. fairly fugly, but I'm just gonna let him be. The figs over here, I would say 1, 2, 3, 4. I've had 50% success. This stick moves up and down, so obviously there's no hope for that. That one's not. That one moves a little. Oh, that one's not moving. So maybe the ones that aren't moving. Ooh, I see a root. Oh, shit. Sorry, Lulu. I see a root. Right here, I see a root. So maybe those aren't as bad as I thought. Now I've scared the cat, dropped things. Hopefully, it didn't damage anything. So this is an experiment because usually they go dormant this time of year, but it is what it is. I keep this little greenhouse on them, but I was watering them, so that's why it's off. Got a tomato plant here. It's an early girl. She has some, I don't know if it's leaf curl, but her leaves are curling. Gonna let her be to see if her tomatoes. I have been coming out here and like this one, I'll need to do a harvest later. Pulling anything off that's barely blushing. Is it me freeze? Maybe the birds are gonna get it. Don't know. This jalapeno I planted from seed. It gets choked out a lot. Sunlight choked out from a melon plant that always comes here. Oh look, this is a marigold that self-seeded itself. This is a Tabasco plant, and this made the birds love. They come in here a lot and eat these, which is fine because I really haven't found a good purpose for them. On both sides is the same. There's a habanero right there. The Tabasco's on both sides. Over here is a Santa Fe. These are either a Big Jim or an Anaheim or a Hatch. Need to come get him. Look how big he is. Oh my goodness, it's time to harvest him. So my husband likes to do hamburgers and then roast them on the grill and then have like a hamburger green chili type thing. But these are also some jalapenos in here. He's cracking down there, so he needs to come. I do need to do another harvest of those. Dang. I was hoping this mint plant would be more prolific. It has something going on. Some type of white fly, spider mite, something going on. This here is a volunteer tomato plant. So I do need to come out here and pull off all those. Carrots, this was potatoes, carrots, and potatoes over here that are living. And a few sweet peas along the back here, just because this one seems to get a lot more weeds in it than my other beds. So, all right, volunteer tomato, mostly pepper bed. This is plumeria. Had him 2 years, never got a flower. His base is cracking. He's turning yellow. He does lose his leaves this time of the year. Come on, just give me one. Just give me one flower. So, anyways, it looks like there's another. The zucchinis do look a little weird this time of year. They're coming. So we got another massive zucchini plant here. I got anything going on in here? Well, I see one right here. One right here. He's pretty normal. I see. Oh, I see a massive one. Oh my goodness. If I can get you with one hand. Um, yeah, he's a baseball bat. He got hidden, so I can't hold him right now. Just going on top of the green stalk. That's pretty funny. Yeah. So he is still producing. Got one here. Like we got a start of one here. It's been my best zucchini year ever. Another broccoli I need to harvest. think you must be some type of cabbage. Volunteer tomato here. And then this is a volunteer tomatillo. It is not liking the cold weather. Pretty sure this is a cabbage. Basil, volunteer tomato. Yes, we need to do a broccoli. This other green stalk over here, again, mostly strawberries. Got some basil, lemon basil, another broccoli bok choy, some lettuce, some strawberries, so some cilantro. But it's doing good. Over here we got some beets. Didn't plant as much. Me and my mother-in-law are the only ones that like them. These were, it says broccoli Robbie here, and then I just threw in a bunch of seeds that I'd saved from cilantro. So that's all that's in here. I think here a lettuce here. And then there's some cauliflower. So this is a cauliflower. These were from seed. The really big ones in the garden are ones I started inside. Another volunteer tomato. I don't know why I even keep this cucumber around. Swiss chard, cilantro, Roselle hibiscus. I'm saving these last calicuses. There's some big ones back here. Right here, I'm saving them for seed to replant. This had turnips on this side and nothing really came up for it. Some more cilantro. I did the same thing, throwing them in this area. This is, wait for it, jalapeno. And then these over here are like a big Jim or green chili type one. Didn't really ever get around to planting anything in this section. You don't know what he is. Yeah, what does it say? It says cauliflower. Volunteer tomato. Redid these beds over here. These, not beds, what are they called? Barrels right here. And I tried to put in the marigolds, but they didn't take back off after I took them off. Not volunteer? Volunteer? Not sure. Pretty sure this was not a volunteer, and it's an early girl. This one was not a volunteer, another early girl. A liaisa pepper that's not making it. Straw flower. More broccoli. More broccoli. See, this is what it looks like. These little flowers when they don't get pulled. Early girl. Broccoli. Roselle. Oh, we need to check on my asparagus. So I decided this was going to be the asparagus bed. It's a Mary Washington. I bought those. I didn't start those. And this is the one I established. I did talk to the lady at the nursery because I am in zone 9B. It gets super hot. Didn't like full sun. I actually made this bed right here before doing the research, but it's full sun. So this one is not full sun because got the big eucalyptus tree. And so it gets partial sun. So that's the one that she recommended put it in. There is a few green onion in here. Not green onion. These are some type of bulbing onion that I had that went to seed. And I saved the little shoots and hopefully that they would grow. And it looks like a few of them are. I transplanted them in there. I'll show you the beds here in a minute that I moved them from. So on the back side of this going to be new asparagus bed is some cauliflower. And I think this is a broccoli Robbie? You just make this right here. So this is carrots and onions. These were bulbs that my son's fiance gave me, and she gave them to me in the spring. She didn't know that you can't plant them in the spring here, so I'd saved them all summer, and they kind of got moldy in the refrigerator. And however, most of them took off. So I didn't know they were going to take off So I planted some other things along with it. I planted the carrots in here. All of the cilantro is volunteer. I had, grab this weed. I had a cilantro plant right here that went to seed, and that's all volunteer cilantro. This is a volunteer tomato plant and some type of hot chili, some type of cabbage. You got a stick with you somewhere? What are you? What are you? I don't know what you are. It's kind of curling in. I don't know what that means. Okay, sorry. Some opal basil. This is these are little volunteer tomatoes. Pull you out. A hollyhock that I had in the bed that I replaced here, and I trimmed it all back and put it in, and it lived when I replanted it back out. Another zucchini. Look, he has a little baby one. I'm surprised how long they've kept on, and I've been afraid. I'm like, I don't want to get the squash bugs, and I haven't, so that's great. Over here is chamomile, some type of green long beans that I never got around to do anything with. Must be some type of yolo pepper that's bounced back. And this is a liaison pepper. And I actually really like these. They're a thick wall, like sweet bell pepper. And something got in here, I'm pretty sure it was grasshoppers, and ate all the leaves, but they kind of bounced back. So that's exciting. Now, these two beds, if you haven't watched any of my videos, are actually under cement, or cement underneath them. So there's only 8 inches. And always surprises me what does well. This is a cucumber melon, which is a little tiny, well, dropped that one. A little tiny cucumber that's very sour tasting, that won't stay in focus. There we go. And they have roots, or, oh, not roots, what's the word I'm looking for? Tubers underneath. So he comes back every year, even though I don't do anything with him. A pretty rainbow Swiss chard. My mother-in-law likes it. I plant it for her, and I like the color of it. So I do need to harvest some of that for her. Guess what? Another volunteer tomato. Are you cracked? Yeah, we got a bunch of rain. That's why I need to come out here and harvest these. Another cabbage. I need to learn more about these because obviously it was ready, that last one, and I didn't know, and then it went to seed. Opal basil. Pretty sure this is a cabbage. Some broccoli. Some flowering, some type of broccoli. I think they must have been broccoli rabi. So, it says kohlrabi, but I don't think that's right. And then I think I planted some sweet peas. Not sweet peas. Yeah, sweet peas. The ones that you don't eat, but that smell good. So hopefully those will attach. I need to probably help them. All right, coming down here. These are all early girls. She split right there. And the basil. I just plant this basil because it's pretty. And then people are like, oh, you have an amazing garden. It's because I plant a lot of basil even though I don't eat it. I mean, I eat basil, but I plant a lot of basil just to make me look like I have a good garden. So, probably need to harvest him today. Oh, you're kind of big. These are shishito peppers. I got taken out of the beds when I redid them. And this is a wild, ferocious garden kitty number 1. Meow. Hey, garden kitty. She's like, leave me alone, I'm sleeping. Hollyhock. Sweet peas. Didn't ever get around to really planting anything in this bed. These nasturtiums I transplanted when I took them out of another bed. And then this couple of beds, 2 onions that I planted from bulb went to seed this summer and put off all these little shoots, all these little baby ones. They were all in 1 sections. I pulled them out and then I tried to separate them and transplant them. These peas are sweet peas. like you can eat snap peas. I guess you want to call them snap peas. And I had pulled them out to redo this bed from fabric to plastic, and they transplanted back in fairly well. Quite surprised. This bed here, I've had a garden dog problem, and he's chewed my drip once again, and we fixed it so he can't get back in. But they have done quite well. The chamomile and oh, I think I don't know what these. Oh, these are calendula that have transplanted and bounced back. The peas are finally starting to take off. They've had some type of buggy problem that discolored the bottoms of their leaves, but they're now starting to really shoot up. So I was hoping to already have peas by now, but it's okay. We get what we get. Shishito pepper that I keep on thinking maybe it's gonna get bigger peppers, but it's winter time. It's December, so just letting them do their thing. These are all 3 shishito peppers along with the peas. And then these, another shishito pepper, he looked good. Straw flowers. And then peas back here. This is a carrot that went to seed, and I'm just letting it do its thing. I am quite surprised. These radishes I feel like should be ready. Oh, it's a golden radish. Trying to sneak out, Garden Kitty. Too much talking for you. So radishes in here, and then this was a Mamma Mia pepper that I was gonna cut back, but I was like, I'm gonna let these last ones turn color. So that is the Outback Garden tour. Excuse me, Garden Kitty. Excuse me, Garden Kitty. I'm trying to walk here. Hey, Garden Doggy. Again, that's the Outback Garden tour. The inside garden tour is outside. So let's go up front real quick. All right, we've made it out front. Looks like we need to. Oh, I was gonna say those are weeds, but those are actually African daisies that are coming up all over. I had an African daisy right here. That's a really big hollyhock. This is my Abe Lincoln rose. It smells amazing. I come out here and smell it. Probably not the best spot to put the hollyhock, but I did. The aloe vera is sprouting up and flowering. The bougainvillea got trimmed way back, and it didn't look so great, but bougainvillea, I don't think you can kill it if you tried. It's bouncing back. And up front has been totally neglected. Most everything around it is either calendula or African daisy starts. The vinica has stayed. The zinnias haven't died out even though it's winter time. There is 2 um, hollyhocks in here. And I did come in through here and start thinning out the calendula. I didn't do that last year, and that was kind of hard. So I am just coming out when I get the mail and just randomly starting to pull out either African daisies or calendulas or both. So there's not as many. But this is the out front garden tour. And thank you for joining us, where we can have garden doggies and garden kitties in our garden.